Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, Mr. Kern. Welcome back to MotoGP 17. As here we are starting our qualifying effort around the Circuito de Jerez circuit. And this is for the Spanish Grand Prix, the 4th round of the season. Returning to Europe for the first time in the season. Of course, we started in Qatar. A fantastic race. Not the best qualifying. In Argentina, we had the opposite. The last time out in America, on the Circuit of the Americas, it was very up and down in the race, shall we say. Qualifying was pretty good. Well, again, pretty average, shall I say, like Qatar. But we couldn't do what we did in Qatar and move our way up the order, even though we definitely had the pace. So hoping for the first time this season in our race to have a good qualifying and a good race. As of course we're using the settings that we discovered around here last year, which were really good. Which I don't remember having the best of races though. I know this time around we are having a clear track for qualifying. I remember we got blocked slightly. So hopefully that's a good sign for a starting position. On a track which is a bit like Qatar. It's pretty nice to us, but not among the top tier of nice circuits like the Circuit of the Americas or Mugello, which should be fantastic on this bike, having a bit more horsepower than the Peugeot. Shouldn't be lagging so much in the straights. But we did discover last time out that there's a bit of a tyre wear issue with the Mahindra compared to the Peugeot, so we've got to be careful of that around this circuit. Very technical, very tiring as well on the bike. So it'll be interesting to see how well we do in the race. So we've got some tyre left on the final lap as we do a 50.6. I feel it's a very good effort. So let's find out where we have qualified. It's on pole by almost 7/10 of a second for Light Blue still. His second pole in the Mahindra, should I say. As Canet and Mir join him on the front row, of course, the championship rivals. As Budagay is 4th, Martin 5th, and Artie, who's inched himself up the orders, run the championship in 6th on the grid with McPhee 7th, DJ Antonio 8th, Anthony 9th, Bastianini rounds out the top 10 as the top Peugeot goes to Kornfeld in 18th. Nesbitt's Mahindra is there, Porter in 20th, and our teammate qualified last by 9,000th of a second behind finish Patrick. But we saw how superb he's been in the races so far, had his best result of the season, of course, in America. So let's see if the elusive pair will to be a top pairing in the race. As there we are looking at a magnificent grid with Light Blue still right at the top. As you look further down the order, you can see on the 4th row, you've got the German who's got a podium last time out, despite a very up and down race for himself. You know, a couple of clashes with MacDonald as well, so I've got to look out for him. As further down, you can see you've got Bo Herrera Arenas on the 9th row together again. And on the back row, there is Magnum with Finnish Patrick and Tuba. There we are, strapping in for what should be a rollercoaster ride of a race once again, like in America. Hopefully not just like in America, but should be a great battle hopefully at the front. As we wait for the lights to appear and go out for this 6-lap race. It's a lap longer than America. So you definitely got to look out for the tyres on the final lap as we're going in the middle of Mir and Canet. Oh, we're 3 wide. And MacDonald inches his way by as well. Here he comes. Is that Martin from nowhere? So let Canet take 3rd. Martin up into 2nd. Canet having a poor exit though from the right hander as we go around the outside. McPhee up into the top 5. Just got to ease the power through that left hander, but not well enough as Canet looks around her outside. Got Martin in the middle, already trying to make a break for it on this first lap, it looks like. He's gotten the power early, but Canet's got some superb slipstream, does the Spaniard. It's another MacDonald Canet battle we're going to have this race. It doesn't look like. Looks like Canet eased out, and here comes McPhee down the inside. and Finati. Oh, MacDonald holds it around the outside though as... Who's that? Bulliger? Where's he come from? Horrible left-hander there. As we've got the big teammates Finati and DJ Antonio back then behind. For sit. Made that for a top 5 as Finati eased his way into 4th. So we try and net down the inside of McPhee. Oh, the Scots are battling. There's Canet. Got Antonelli behind as well. Bastianini. So we're down to 7th after that shuffle in the middle of this lap. We're coming to a sector where we're normally very good. Should be very good on Mahindra around the outside of McPhee. Got to change gear. Pretty useful thing to do. So we outbrake ourselves by a country mile into Jorge Lorenzo corner though. So we're back down to 7th as we cross the line, are we? Got some slipstream now. And I believe that is Canet's. DJ Antonio's down. It is Canet. Down to 9th. Battling with Antonelli. It was Magello. Magello's up to 3rd. Where's Bulliger? I've not seen his teammate at all this race. Let's go down the inside McPhee. Down the inside Finati. Into the left door. Not the nicest of manoeuvres on the Italian. I'm sure you won't forget that later in the race. As Canet gets past McPhee up into 6th. Canet's got to start making moves. He wants to score another podium. Very low down the order for the 2-time champion, of course. And there he is, working his way up to 5th. And there he is in our slipstream as well. Once again, not making the move, though, into the hairpin. And it's like, oh, no, he is. And he's taken Finati with him. And Antonelli, as we hook up the apex beautifully and go past Finati. You're nicking the wrong way, mate. As Martin gets past Mir for the lead. Can Martin get his first, I believe it's his first win. There we go, we're catching up to the Sky Italia rider in front. He's had a bit of a lonely race since spurting up into 3rd from nowhere. Well, I'm bringing Canet, Finati. Oh, Finati pushing us wide in the right-hander. But none are not liking that, though, holding it around the outside. It's got Antonelli in 6th as well. We've got to watch out for loads of Italians behind. Yes, here comes the MacDonald in that final sector, using all of the curve. Very brave MacDonald, but holding on to the bike. Braking much earlier to the final corner. Oh, got on the power slightly early though. And we drifted wide as Martin and me are battling like a hell for the lead. As here comes MacDonald. With Magello's got Finati and Antonelli behind. As Canet dropped back. So MacDonald's looking to the inside of the Sky Italia rider. As he does the fastest out, 49 flat. Very good that time there. Almost matching his qualifying effort. He does go down the inside and into a podium position. MacDonald, here comes the charge. Little part of the race. Mir and Martin having their own little battle there, over a second in front of anyone else, but so it's time to close that gap. She'll closed in on the apex as well as, oh, here it comes. Magello looking down our inside, but for once we got the slipstream down this back straight. Connect down the inside, braking around 100 metres into the hairpin, using all of that curb and easing away again down the inside of the Italian rider. I'm sure the home fans are enjoying having Martin and me battling out the front. But here comes the Scot. Get it down to 1st gear, should just get it down to 2nd. Got a bit too carried away with downshifting there. Got a helicopter hovering above. Some cloudy conditions overhead. And so we're cutting off that manoeuvre into the right-hander. But that's allowed Martin and me to be almost 2 seconds in front of us now with our battle in here for 3rd. There we go, using all of the track and curb. These final sectors, definitely MacDonald's. As we're approaching the halfway mark of this race. Definitely got a braking sorted into the final hairpin as we cross the line in 3rd. He's in the lead, and it's like they're swapping positions once again, so it took half a second there. That final sector, told you it was ours. So he's backed the bike in a bit too much into the 1st corner. It's like Martin's taking it back from Mir. So he used the bike into that braking zone down here, very easy to run right, then flat out through to left. Then through the next, I'm still not sure how to take this. Just a slight lift. Ease the bike into the apex. Seemed to work very well that time around. We lost nothing in the first set to normally lose a tenth or two. So very good. We built a gap to third, fourth behind. Little Sky Tower ride. I'm sure he's having another lonely race again. This time now in fourth. It's about for the top five. There's no doubt raging behind. The likes of Canet, Finati, Di Gianantonio, Antonelli. Battling, as well as Mir and Martin for the win. As Antonelli makes it into fourth though. Look at this, we're very aggressive, you can see, using all of the curves. Tyre wear not that bad though, nicking in the bottom right. So maybe it's not like the Circuit of Americas where it's pretty tough. So keeping that gap the same in front and behind. We're not really making any inroads, but here's our sector. Let me take this right-hander flat out. Nah, really lifting, slightly off the line, I had to. Oh, that was a very good final corner. Bit squiddy on the power. That's now they're battling behind. Everyone's battling around us. We're a bit lonely here. Taking another couple of tenths of a second out of the leaders on that lap. Not taking enough though. So we really backed the bike up into that first corner on this penultimate lap. In this like we're gaining slightly as they're swapping positions in every major braking zone. Crazy battle they're having for the win. So keeping that gap the same in that first set. So that's good to see. No real drop off in the tyre performance either. We've been smooth and measured with our movements into the corners. Not out-braking ourselves and running wide in lots of corners either. As I braked way too much into that hairpin. Might have company soon. There's lost a couple of tenths to the riders in front. And that means the riders behind have gained a couple of tenths. As of course they're metronomic in their pace. A little wild card. Let's go into the right. Into the second right, run wide, and there you go, they have caught back up. Here comes the Italians. As we approach the final lap of this race. Again, using all of the curb and some. That's much smooth on the power though in the final corner. But we had an extremely good final sector. So still in the 49s as we go into the final lap of the race. 1.5 seconds off the lead. And that's a gap which was built in the first couple of laps. It's just stayed consistent for the front two. So they've been raging a war for this race win on home turf. Perhaps the biggest win of the year for the front two. And of course, for Martin perhaps means a bit more. It might be his first win. Compared to Mir, who's looking to gain some points back on his championship rival Canet after not finishing on a podium in America and dropping back slightly, or losing the lead in the championship, shall we say. So that's consistent in front and behind, and now we've got Antonelli behind though as Martin takes the lead from Mir. On this final lap, we still don't know who's going to win this thing. We still don't know who's going to be on the podium. This is our weak sector. It's double right. Kept it relatively tight though. In both parts. I think we've done enough to hold off Antonelli. It's like the Italian ghosting us. As we go into the final corner, they're side by side for the win. And it's like Martin stole it in the final corner. Has Martin won it? He has, from Mir. What a fantastic battle for the win, and what a fantastic result for MacDonald. As well, not quite having the race pace. Yeah, we got the fastest lap, but overall not quite having the consistency and race pace to challenge the top two. But well done to Jorge Martin, winning by a tenth of a second from Juan Mir. MacDonald rounding out the podium, his second podium of the season. Should really be his third, but I will take that result after America. Having a very clean race. You know, we fell back in the early stages, but regained it in the second half of the race. Very lonely after we took third as well, with Antonelli fourth. Almost a second back in the end. Really did have a very good final sector. Magello ran out the top five, ahead of Canet. Poor race for the Spaniard on home turf in sixth, ahead of Fanati, Bastianini, DJ Antonio, McPhee, German Hotel. There's Bulliger in 12th. Another poor race for the Italian. Now having a good start to the season. Now the opposite of last season, of course, where he won a couple of races leading the championship. Now he really is stuck in the midfield in the championship and race-wise. As Lloyd's 13th, Nuruddin gets the final point behind Rodrigo and just ahead of Danilo by 24,000th of a second. Binder in 17th, top Peugeot Kornfeld in 18th. Nick Smith Mahindra goes to Bezecchi in 19th. Where's our teammate? 29th, so he's moved forward once again in the races. Not the impressive leap like in Kota, but still, at least our teammate's consistently moving forward in the races. It's good to see as Ramirez is last on home turf. So that means Mir takes back the championship lead and leads by 7 points from Canet. With Fanati in third, Martin up to fourth, MacDonald up to fifth, ahead of Bastianini. With Hotel in 7th, Magello 8th, ahead of DJ Antonio, and Bulliger down to 10th, ahead of his teammate. Rare to see that. As Antonelli's up to 11th, ahead of McPhee, Nuruddin, and Loy solidify their 13th and 14th place finishes with more points. Rodrigo up to 15th, ahead of Ramirez. Dino up to 17th. Guevara 18th, and Binder, the last point scorer, still in 19th. Del Borgia up to 20th, the best of the non-point scorers. You can see Kornfeld up to 24th, ahead of our teammate. And Bezecchi in 27th, with Bo and Fitzpatrick at the back. In the constructor standings, no change, but just Honda stretching out that lead on KTM up to 51 points now, while Mahindra gain on KTM slightly, just 6 points back on 43 points, with Peugeot yet to score. As there's a very happy MacDonald on the podium. Well, I say very happy, and it's a bit ginger there. He's like wondering how am I here? I guess after that qualifying effort, it would be slightly disappointing, but good to have some more points as well. What's happening to your leathers, MacDonald? Has he got Tron leathers? There's the weekend recap. For once, having a good qualifying and a good race, I will say. The first time this season, having an overall very good weekend. Definitely achieved our race objective and champion position very strong. Well after that blip in Argentina and a bit in America. For a teammate moved forward in the race, didn't get the race objective, but still pretty happy with his race pace once again as he improves his throttle management, cornering, body position and Moto3 affinity. Well, for MacDonald, improves his cornering and body position, all up to 63 now, his abilities. Let's look at all those credits and reputation we earn as well. So we've got some activities to do though before we end this episode. Let's see what we're going to be doing. A photo shoot to earn 5,000 credits, do some social networking to get 100% reputation bonus if we achieve the sponsored objectives in the next race. Do some coaching, improve our riders' coordination, improve their body position ability by 20% for the next race. I'll do a technical meeting to improve the affinity for what will be our Cypriot rider, not for MacDonald. He improves that by 10, so he'll be full affinity after the next round around Le Mans in France rather than Mugello in Italy. He only skips around, it's not really worth doing the technical meeting, is it? There might be something to look at if we move up to Moto2 with MacDonald for next season, but for this season, not really worth it. It's going to help just one rider instead of both of them. Of course, we're chasing the credits here, up to 62,000 now. So I think we're going to do the photo shoot. So next time out, we'll be heading to France and Le Mans, the Bugatti circuit. sadly, for the 5th round of the season. Can MacDonald be a front runner once again, have another classic battle with Canet, and hopefully not have it as the second half of the race? And can the Cypriot also achieve the race objective? Find out next time. Sound watching, and I will see you then.